WRLN Sports is just 2 weeks away from bringing you live.
Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Degnan. We start in Tamaqua tonight, where an official with the Salvation Army is facing charges. Last month, we reported that Sharon Wispel was under investigation for financial discrepancies. Tamaqua police now say following an audit, they found a $116,000 discrepancy dating back to 2015. Today, Wispel was arrested in York and brought back to Tamaqua to face charges of theft and tampering with records. Tonight, she's in the Schuylkill County lockup on $25,000 bail. The appeal continued Wednesday for a convicted murderer whose age at the time of the incident is in question. Todd Hung Ray Tarselli testified yesterday that he had no idea that age is calculated differently in Korea. He's serving a life sentence for the murder of Mark Bunchak during a robbery at the KFC in Hazleton back in 1992. He was tried as an adult, but now believes he was 17 when the crime happened. If the age was incorrect, that means his mandatory life sentence without the possibility of parole is illegal. The hearing was concluded yesterday by Luzerne County Judge Michael Vo, who did not yet hand down a decision. If Tarselli wins, he would have to be resentenced to 35 years to life in prison. He's currently served 27 years. A patient injured a hospital security guard in Hazleton. According to court papers, 38-year-old Josh Schoonmaker from Whitehaven faces numerous charges of assault. Police say Schoonmaker was admitted to the hospital and was warned several times to stop his disorderly behavior, which included he was attempting to hit staff and being placed in restraints multiple times. The charges were filed against him. He was taken to jail after failing to post $10,000 bail. 2 men charged with robbing a convenience store early this week are now charged in a carjacking that took place hours earlier. 23-year-old Tashawn Clark and 20-year-old Caleb Hollenbach are accused of approaching a car on Dagobert Street around 2 Tuesday morning and forcing the 3 occupants out at gunpoint. Police said they identified Clark and Hollenbach as the suspects after they had already been arrested for robbing the Turkey Hill Minute Mart on Cary Avenue that morning. Both are now locked up at the Luzerne County Prison, bail set at $125,000 each. A Lehigh County judge ruled in favor of a man whose car was searched by police after he provided them with a valid medical marijuana.
The National Weather Service in Mount Holly, New Jersey has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northern Monroe County in northeastern Pennsylvania until 6:15 p.m. At 5:30 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Lehigh, or 10 miles north of Mount Pocono, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, Damage to roofs, siding, trees, and power lines is possible. Locations impacted include Mount Pocono, Tobiana, Henryville, Echo Lake, Paradise Valley, Rary Lake, Goodsboro State Park, Skitop, Mountain Home, Canadinsis, Alpine Mountain, and Cresco.
Their comms and a nice weekend shaping up. We'll be right back.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Barbush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Barbush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571. Tri-County has been keeping your office up to speed since 1969. Everything your office needs: office supplies, personal and custom business forms, business cards, office furniture, new and used office equipment, copy, print, and scan solutions with wide format capabilities. Leasing is also available, free off-street parking, and free local delivery. Tri-County Business Machines, 117 East Broad Street in Hazleton, 570-459-0754. Family owned and operated since 1969.
Requesting a stop sign is not an easy task. Hazleton Mayor says he's been getting more requests lately and wants everyone in the city to know the proper way to get one where you may need one. WYLN's Gary Perna has the details.
Stop signs could be the best thing if you live near an intersection, or the worst thing if you are a driver. But Hazleton's Mayor Jeff Cassett said requesting one is a little more challenging than just asking for it.
Yes, the mayor's office as well as city council members have received requests for stop signs. I think the public is under the impression that we can just go put up a stop sign at any time. However, there is a lengthy process that goes with it. There is an ordinance that must be go along with any stop sign because there's a penalty involved with violation.
Cassett said most of the residents that have been requesting the stop signs live in the northwest section of the city.
So in the northwest section of town, there's an increased number of students walking. There's a very high density population down there. And the parked cars also create obstruction of visually. So there are some requests down in that area. There's also some other ones near the school zones and other areas of town that are highly dense.
The mayor said the residents are worried about the increased foot traffic during the school months. Once a request is made, it could take a few months to get a sign in place. Then a study must be done. They have to study traffic flow, pedestrian traffic, and a lot of variables, including looking at weather conditions in that area. If the road is on a hill, a stop sign may not be able to be placed there due to it could cause a crash. If the study comes back that a sign is needed, the city then can move forward with the installation. Cassett said this must go before City Council because there are fines associated with violations of a stop sign.
If there's any type of ordinance violation which would result in a fine, it must be considered an ordinance. You need an ordinance to enforce the fines.
In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
The Luzerne County Board of Elections approved a reconfiguration plan for the county's voting districts, which will impact voters in 13 municipalities. The plan must still be approved by the County Court of Common Pleas. The areas that will change are on your screen now. If the court approves the reconfiguration, it will take effect for the November 5th election. State officials have already approved the plan. The reconfiguration will smooth out disparities in the size of voting districts throughout the county and reduce wait times. The plan based on voter turnout at polling sites. Voters who will be placed into a new election district will receive a new voter registration card, while voters who are assigned a new polling site will receive a postcard in the mail. One of the 5 applicants who applied for the vacant Luzerne County Council seat was found to be not eligible. 22-year-old Frank Wotash, who is the youngest of the applicants, registered to vote February 28, 2016. The county charter states that whoever fills the vacated seat must have been continuously registered to vote as a Republican since November 3, 2015. That was the date the former councilman, Eugene Kelleher, was elected. There are 4 remaining candidates, and County Council will likely vote on filling that vacancy on August 13th. Governor Tom Wolf calling for action against gun violence in light of all the recent mass shootings across the nation. Our Julie Stefanovich has more on that story.
Today is a solemn day. It is very solemn. Across America, families in this day are burying their loved ones.
Governor Tom Wolf and U.S. Senator Bob Casey were joined yesterday by legislators, representatives from Ceasefire, and the public to remember the lives lost during the senseless acts of gun violence seen across the nation.
For those families, their parents, their children, their siblings, or their spouses, they're not coming home today.
The gathering on the steps of the Capitol was a call to federal and state lawmakers to take action on legislation for background checks and extreme risk protection orders.
We can and we must tackle these issues with great purpose, and we must do it now. But first, we must stop killers from getting guns that make it so easy to kill.
Wolf is calling for the swift passage of the Extreme Risk Protection Order, mandating universal background checks, and calling for the U.S. Senate to pass House Resolution 8, which would close all background check loopholes at the federal level.
I'm here today not just to speak and to reflect. We come here today to tell leaders in Washington and throughout the country that the time for talk is over and the time for action is now, right now.
U.S. Senator Bob Casey agrees with the governor and also wants to limit the size of magazines and ban military-style assault rifles. All in yesterday's attendance were there for a purpose, to take back our communities and values. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
The Hazleton Integration Project held an opioid forum today in hopes of reaching out to the Latino population that may be struggling with addiction. Since Hazleton is 50% Latino, local officials, organizations, and more came to outreach that community regarding the opioid epidemic and abuse.
There's a lack of communication, so today's been very good because we're talking about treatment providers, the county is here, Pathways to Recovery is here from Hazleton, and legislators are here because if your family is going through something with drugs and with alcohol, we are asking that you do outreach to us so that we could try to help you navigate the bureaucracy, the health care, and get treatment for your family members.
Representative Tara Toohill said that they've had a lot of initiatives on the state level where they've put forth more funding toward Narcan, making it available to resuscitate a family member in an emergency.
We have had a very intense prescription drug monitoring program, which is important because we have been able to stem the flow of the prescription drugs. And our local law enforcement, our chief of police is here today from Hazleton with Mayor Jeff Cassat. They're here because local law enforcement is working to get those drugs off the streets. So we've been trying to tackle this from many different levels, but it's still a battle, and it's something that definitely that we need to talk more about with our Latino community.
Since 2015, the opioid epidemic has been on the rise, which does not exclude Luzerne County. The county has had thousands of deaths related to opioid overdoses. Coming up on Bowman's News Choice, basketball plus previewing football. Stay with us.
Pocono Raceway is summertime, where the kids are free, where fans become friends, where good times roll, and the racing is always a little tricky. Bring your friends, bring your family, just bring it. Pocono style. New this year, the Great Pocono Raceway Air Show.
Not only is Krugel's Georgetown Deli and Beer your craft beer headquarters, they have great food too. Check out Georgetown's Pub Fare menu. G-Town scallops, cheesy crab pretzel, smoked brisket, smoked wings, and more. Or how about their Flight and Bites with your choice of sauces and 5-ounce draft beers. They have a great selection of craft beers on tap, and you can get it to go in a crowler. Stop in and play Keno or other Pennsylvania Lottery games. Krugel's Georgetown Deli and Beer in Wilkes-Barre Township, right next to the Big Cow. Check them out on the web at georgetowndeli.com.
Do you have a bridal shower, baby shower, birthday party, rehearsal dinner, or other important event coming up? Call us at Booty's Place to book our elegant private upstairs dining room. It offers a seating capacity of up to 50 people, a private bar, and elevator for easy access, or you can book the entire upstairs for an even larger event. Whether you wish to have your event at Booty's Place or want to have it catered, contact us about our delicious options. 570-455-5551. Let us help make your special day a big success. Booty's Place, definitely the best.
Welcome to Community and You, and Miss Fabergé is here, so that means we must be in store for something fabulous. We are. What are you into?
Well, I'm here today to talk about the Italian Festival, which will be held in September 14th and 15th at the Community Park in Hazleton.
Okay.
Now, what I am going to do is invite anyone in the community who would like to do an Italian folk dance with us, namely the Tarantella.
Oh!
Also, we're going to do the Tyrolean 7-step.
Oh, that sounds like it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Now, when you say we, who do you mean we?
Well, some of my students, and whoever decides to be brave and join me. Anyone from the community is invited.
Oh.
It's always, folk dances are very simple, you know, Paula, because they're dances of the people.
Oh, okay. So anybody with Italian heritage might have come across this maybe as they were growing up?
Well, your grandparents may have come across it, okay? But it seems to me is the various ethnic groups migrated to the U.S., and then for a while, everyone stayed together.
Right.
There wasn't much money. There were no nightclubs.
Right.
There was no TV. So you got together on a Saturday night and danced and sang. And then I think what happened was we have so much more money now, and we're more mobile, and everyone has assimilated.
And we're on our mobiles.
We're on our
mobiles, right.
And we become Americans first, and that's wonderful. But something can be lost, namely the dance and sometimes the music. So the tarantella. But it's very good. I use it in my dance studio. I always have the children do folk dances because I think they should learn that. But also because the movements are so natural, because they had to be able to be doable by everyone in the community.
Right, because the whole family would get together, and you couldn't just have certain people. You had men, women, kids, everybody.
Yes, and so I'm going to do a little production, and anyone who has a yen to get on stage with me, and you don't have to be fabulous at all. All ages are welcome.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Now, you mentioned the fact that this is coming up in September. Where and when?
It's actually, I think it's a 3-day weekend, September 13th in the evening, 14th and 15th. At Community Park in Hazleton, I believe all weekend. Now, my ship part of it will be 4 o'clock on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
We'll be performing.
Okay.
And if anyone would like to dance with me, they'll contact me, and then we'll rehearse a little bit. It'll be pretty easy, though. No worries. But you'll also see a lot of, I think all different groups will be there, different dance schools, music schools, and a lot of talent will be there, and great Italian food.
Well, I was going to say there has to be Italian food
Yes.
when we talk about an Italian festival. And for your perspective, you know how people are. They're out there and they're going, Miss Fabergé, that sounds like it'd be fun, but you're talking about getting and doing, and I've got to be there. So what happens if somebody comes up and says, you know what, I want to try that Tarantella thing with you? Would you take them?
I can do anything with anybody. Okay,
That's what I thought.
I can make it happen, and I meet you where you are. So if you really have to just sit on a stool and play the tambourine, that's what you'll do.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It depends whatever each person is capable of, but you'll be on stage, you'll be in the action and having fun.
And that's what it's all about, to be in the action and have some fun.
Yes.
So how do we get in touch with you? And of course, we have all the information on the screen, but I just want to make sure.
Well, of course, you can always go to the website, fabergefollies.biz, but text me or call me right on my cell phone, 570-401-3388. It's not a secret.
Make sure you get in touch with Ms. Fabergé, the information on the screen, and we will always see you again on Community and You.
Thank you.
Don't make the big box mistake. Shop local and save at Grand Central in Hazleton. Get better prices than the big box store on our huge selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics at Grand Central in Hazleton and at the Laurel Mall.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
Don't make the big box mistake. Shop local and save at Grand Central in Hazleton. Get better prices than the big box store on our huge selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics at Grand Central in Hazleton and at the Laurel Mall.
One summer basketball clinic is learning how to handle the rock on Alt Miller's courts. WILN's Julia Wiegand has the story.
The Solo Serenity Basketball Clinic was around for 30-plus years with its morning program and afternoon games, but didn't happen last summer. However, Brett Barron wanted to start off fresh with something new this year. Say hello to the Mile Rock Basketball Clinic. Barron wanted to name the camp after something that's a landmark in Hazleton. Players, ranging from kindergarten through 5th grade, are learning a lot about the basics of the game, an hour and a half a day, 4 days a week, for 3 weeks.
I want them to learn that you can't just go out and just play the game. You got to take care of your body. So we go through a nice warm-up protocol every day. We go through defense. Defense is very important. It's very underestimated. So I want to stress the importance by having that be the second thing we do. After that, it's strictly just ball handling, passing, and shooting/layups.
Every day, Barron asks his players for 3 favors. Take something away from each morning that they learned, thank their parents for bringing them to the courts, and a random act of kindness, something he picked up from a camp he went to as a kid.
Their parents are the most important things in their life right now, and I want them to understand that. And secondly, at those camps, they talk about random acts of kindness, and that's opening a door for someone, cleaning up your toys, cleaning up your clothes. I just told them I washed my grandfather's car the other day. They inspired me to do a random act of kindness because I came back yesterday morning and they all had something for me. And today, they all had something for me. So it's something that I want to build on, and I told them that it's important to be consistent with it. I hope that they're learning basketball, and I hope they can take away these random acts of kindness from camp and take it into the school year.
Barron played for Hazleton Area High School, has been to camps across the state, and played travel basketball in various states. He went on to play collegiate at DeSales University and just recently acquired a graduate assistant position at St. Francis University.
They really have taught me a lot about being positive, and that's something that I think these kids really need, and that's partly why I want to bring the random act of kindness to it, because the coaching staff they're very positive with their players, with the people around them and stuff, and that's very contagious.
And with the help of Barron's fellow coach, who also played for Hazelton, Isaiah Santiago, efforts will be made to try and continue clinics like Mile Rock while he isn't around throughout the winter. Reporting in Hazelton for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
And from basketball to football coming up, WYLN's Ryan Osachi has the season preview for some Golden Bears.
WYLN Sports is just 2 weeks away from bringing you live, non-stop Friday night football coverage from all throughout our viewing area. We'll be previewing teams throughout our countdown to opening night, starting with the Mahonay area Golden Bears. Last season, the Golden Bears went 5-6, losing a first-round playoff matchup against the West Catholic Burrs. Eighth-year head coach David Holman has high expectations for the team this season.
We have a very senior-led team. I'm hoping that our senior leadership can trickle down to the other classes, and we can all kind of mesh together and have a very good season. We have a lot of kids returning in a lot of the key spots, so our expectations right now preseason are high. We had 5 wins last year, always looking to get a couple more wins, win a couple close games that we lost last year. But just to improve on, I believe, some confidence in some of our guys. We have primarily our quarterback, Danny Lawrence. He had a very good year last year. He returns in that position as a senior now, and I'm hoping with that 1 year of playing experience, it builds his confidence. He's very athletic. He's very strong. I'm hoping that if he could really get that confidence piece, he could take us to a different level.
Coach Holman is also confident his returning veterans will have no problem picking up where they left off.
We have a nice crew returning our offensive line. We have 3 returning starters from last year. Tony Merchulinski at center, Tommy Price at tackle, John Fowler at the other tackle. All 3 of them are returning from last season. We have Hayden Wall returning at one of our slot positions. Ben Terry will be a key player for us on both offense and defense as a skill player. And Alexis Perez is our fullback taking over for Tyler Clewell that we lost to graduation. We're expecting big things out of Alexis this year as well on both sides of the ball.
Holman feels the team's leadership is what will push the Bears in a positive direction.
I think the leadership is very high this year. We noticed the senior class, the experienced guys taking some of the younger guys under their wing, coaching them up, which is something we haven't really seen a lot in years past. That has really stood out this preseason, the senior leadership.
Mahonay's first game is against the Tri-Valley Bulldogs, August 23rd at Mahonay area. WYLN will be covering Mahonay's 4th game against Nativity live September 13th at 7 p.m., so be sure to tune in. Reporting for WYLN Sports, I'm Ryan Osachi.
That's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page. Stay with us. A look at today's weather next here on WYLN TV.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Barbush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Barbush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazelton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.